Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to a Monday edition of the Mark Moses Show podcast. As we're always broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. This is key. I talk about it all the time, but especially here on June 1st. Yeah, give them a call. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It is Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Hope everyone had a very, very nice weekend. I appreciate all the birthday wishes, but it's now time here in June to preview what I've been excited to be previewing over the last couple weeks. Yes, the NBA Finals will start on Wednesday night there in San Antonio. I watched that game over the weekend. Game 7 in OKC, 7 minutes to go, tight game. And the Thunder folded, and the Spurs made enough plays to win the Western Conference. So it does set up an epic NBA Finals. The New York Knicks, who've been sitting for about 9 days, against the new version of the San Antonio Spurs, led by the alien, Victor Wembanyama, who's only in year 3, and he's already in the NBA Finals. The thing I take out of what happened Saturday night, which makes me kind of sad, especially if, you root for the Magic or you root for the Timberwolves or even how I grew up rooting for the Bulls. There are certain teams in the NBA where they just get lucky, where every generation they get a superstar and they get right back to winning championships. We see it with the Lakers. We see it with the Celtics. And it appears now with the San Antonio Spurs. Remember, they were great with Tim Duncan. They were great with David Robinson. And now they got another big man, Victor Wembanyama. I'm jealous. I am. I mean, look, you're a Magic fan watching this right now. You're like, can we just get to one title game? Can we win one title? Come on. I want to win after a while. No. Celtics have to win again. Lakers have to win, and now the Spurs have to win again. I love this. I love it so much. And I thought, if the Knicks were going to take on the Thunder or if they were going to take on the Spurs, we'd get a great NBA Finals. And I know we had a great Finals last year where it was Indiana and OKC. And OKC survived that second half. No Halliburton. They survived Game 7 to win their first title. I think this is going to be a better Finals. Because, again, you have this young team led by a guy that could dominate the NBA for the next decade in Victor Wembanyama. I'm going to keep saying his name like he's Candyman. And then you have the Knicks. The Knicks who've been starving for a championship. And they have not won since the early 70s, about 50 years ago. They haven't been to the finals since 1999. Ironically, they also lost to the Spurs in that series, which started a new dynasty with Tim Duncan. This is going to be great. Great. And I love where I looked at the schedule and I'm like, when's that Game 3? When's that Game 3 in the Garden? The hottest ticket in sports. Forget the World Cup. Can I get into the Garden for Game 3? And I'm like, when is this game? First 2 games are in San Antonio. When's Game 3 in New York? Next Monday. Oh, that's right. The finals get stretched out where they play a game, then they take 2 days off. Then they play another game, then a travel day. Then this series starts Game 3 in New York. If you're the Knicks, you got to split these first 2 games, and then you got to be ready to rock and roll. And I made this joke on TV last night on News 13. Every single celebrity is on the phone with their agent or whoever their inside guy is. I got to get to the Garden. Get me into Game 3 or 4 or, I don't know, Game 6. Hopefully, I got to get into that stadium. If I'm a celebrity, I got to be at their center court. I don't care how much it costs. I got to be there. So I could tell all my other rich friends I was there at the Garden. We know Timothy Chalamet is going to be there. Probably all the Kardashians, Tracy Morgan, Ben Stiller, probably Larry David. I don't know, Howard Stern. You're going to have them all there. Spike Lee's there. He's always there. I give him credit. He's always been there. But every celebrity's going to try to get in there. I got to get into that stadium. I got to be there. You got to see me on TV. And there's no bathroom breaks either. Oh, no. If you have to go to the bathroom, you can go before the game, maybe during halftime, and then after the game. You cannot get up from your seat. That's why it's going to be fantastic. It is. And if you're a Spurs fan, you're thinking, well, Charles Barkley's going to make fun of our big women. But besides that, yes, we're back in the finals. First time since 2014. Yeah. We're going to win this title. Then we're going to win more titles because we got a young roster. And what I really took out of that game 7, besides Chet Holmgren only scoring 2 points, Wembanyama went on the bench with about 7 minutes to go. And for the rest of the game, I know he had the foul trouble with 5 fouls. He didn't really score with 7 minutes to go. He did nothing on offense. He did not score. It was those other guys, Harper, Castle, Fox. It's like Wembanyama went to the bench, and then they were thinking like, oh, we can go up tempo now. We can go high pace. We don't have to go this half-court dominating 1950s style with Victor. We can go up tempo. We can make plays on defense because we got length with all these guards, and we're going to win. That was very scary for the rest of the NBA because they have one punch where they got the alien. Then they can go with this other attack without him, which could be a 50-win team. They are a scary team. But if you're the Knicks, you're probably thinking like, look, they had to survive 7 games against the Thunder, who had some injury concerns of their own. And they only won a fourth quarter of game 7, and they barely won. They won, but if you're the Knicks, you're thinking, all right, we have firepower. We are the hottest team in basketball. We have won, 11, 12 in a row. We have swept the last 2 rounds. We've had 9 days off. We're going to be ready. We have Karl Anthony Towns. We have Jalen Brunson. We got a deep bench. We could score from the outside. We can score inside. We can out-rebound you. We got everything clicking on all cylinders right now. I think the key for this is Jalen Brunson's only 6'1". He was the conference finals MVP. He deserved it. He averages 26 points a game. If Brunson can run around and do his thing on offense, where he can hit his jumper, he can drive the lane, he can kick it out. If he has freedom to do his thing, the Knicks can win this series. The key will be the Spurs with the length of their guards because they are bigger. They are bigger, and they are young, and they are fast and angry. They can get the length where they can take away those windows where Brunson won't be able to do what he wants. That's the series right there. If Brunson can do what he wants against those Spurs guards, the Knicks are going to win this series. If the Spurs shut him down, then you're going to have to rely on Karl Anthony Towns. He is your second option. I know there's these like breakdowns where it goes through him, but Cat has got to make life a living hell for Victor and other forwards on the Spurs. He is 500 times better on offense than Chet Holmgren, and he can hit the 3. If he can get spacing as well, where he can get Victor away from the basket, hit some jumpers, that's another key here. But if Wembanyama, the best player in this series, if he has one of these generational, 40-point, 20-rebound games again, and he really sets the tone, and he takes away the paint, then the Spurs are going to win this series. This is going to be a great finals. The NBA needed this. There were times in these playoffs where things were kind of lackluster with a lot of these matchups. We're getting a matchup. We are. I think it's going to be great ratings. I think all these celebrities are going to be on the center row front court. I can't wait. I'm picking the Knicks. I am. This is one of those things where, all right, are we going to let San Antonio and their Frenchmen dominate the NBA for the next 10 years? Or are the Knicks finally going to get it done? That's what's going to be fascinating about this series. And you know what? These 2 teams next year can get back to the finals as well. That could happen as well. That is on the table. But here's my thing. There are people who are going to say, like, all right, San Antonio wins this, they're going to be the new dynasty. But you never know. Because, look, we had Milwaukee win with Giannis. Don't go back. We had Denver win with the Joker. They don't go back. Boston just won. This past year, I know Tatum was injured. They don't go back. You're like, oh, we got a dynasty. Oklahoma City. They look like they could win 70 games this year. And they should have won the other night. They should have gone back to the finals. They don't. Oh, they'll win 3 in a row. No. And the other thing is Victor Wembanyama, the health of his body. Do you believe that he can stay healthy for the next 10 years? I don't. No, you can't be that big and be like, oh, I'll have no problems. Remember the second year last year, blood clots, he's out for most of the year. So that's why, look, all the chips are in for the Knicks and the Spurs. You got to win now. It's going to be fascinating. Game 1, Wednesday night in San Antonio. Spurs 4.5-point favorite. I think the Knicks are going to split. I think they win in 6. And it's going to be one of the great stories in sports. I know we got the World Cup. Okay, I get it. All right. Okay. I know we're going to have UFC at the White House coming up. No. It is all going to be about the NBA Finals on this show. I can't wait. And I said this last week. I'll say it again. You are here in Florida. You are surrounded by people. It could be your coworker, could be your neighbor, could be your brother-in-law. You know someone that's from New York originally. They're going to tell you over the next 2 weeks they are from New York and they are rooting for the Knicks. That's what you're going to hear it. Hey, we're on the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. We're going to have great guests all this week. Have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Mark Moses Show.